Well, certainly privacy is part of the conversation, Rosie, and take-up as well. But I think what we have to do is contrast the use of apps in countries in Asia versus those in Europe. For example, in countries like China, for example, downloading an app is mandatory. It's part of an integrated, centralised system which requires people to give a lot of individual information around medical history, travel history, ID numbers, in some cases credit card numbers. And the instructions that come on the apps, whether you're supposed to isolate for 7 days, for 14 days, that's also mandatory as well. So it means that those countries have been more successful in using apps, in eradicating the virus from the community. But there are also real concerns about what this data will be repurposed for, whether it will be handed over to surveillance agencies or other agencies in the future. So there's a real concern there, even though they've been quite successful. If you look at the EU point of view, there is a much more weight on the right to privacy, on data protection, on GDPR for citizens. Downloading apps is not mandatory. The take-up has been pretty low. The information that you give really provides support for anonymity as well. So there is vast differences between the two sides. But I earlier on today caught up with Scott Marcus from Bruegel think tank here, and he thinks that the Commission has got the balance just about right.
Principles here that the European Commission has put forward and recommended to all the member states are sensible. That is that the GDPR should be adhered to, that the data collection shouldn't be more than is strictly needed, and that it shouldn't go on longer than is needed. Longer than is needed is, of course, a possible concern. In no case in the past have we produced a vaccine in less than 5 years. This could be with us for a while.
So it's Scott Marcus there from Bruegel saying for the moment, really, the Commission doesn't need to do anything in relation to the balance between the right to privacy of EU citizens and accessing and using these apps.